Hey, what's up, everyone? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. We got something new that I think we could actually make this a functional monthly video on. Might do it twice a month, just so we could kind of see how things are going in the market. But we're going to use one of what I think is probably one of the coolest eBay tools that you could use, and that's the research products function of the website. So long as you have an account, you could use the research tool to kind of do some research, as its name suggests. You know, um, on some of the coins that you're interested in, or it could be bullion. Today, we're going to focus on a few key items within the last 30 days that have sold. Which are the heavy hitters? What are people selling the most of? We're going to identify all of that in this video. All right, so we're going to be looking first of all for silver. Silver is a pretty broad subject there, so we're going to find out what particular silver products have been hitting pretty good numbers. Silver as of today jumped up over $40 an ounce, which is crazy. We are officially up over $40 an ounce, ladies and gentlemen. So what is that? Does that mean more buying? Does that mean more selling? Because over the summer, a lot of people have been selling their silver and gold, and there's been a lot less actual investing. Maybe the $40 kind of threshold might kind of change things around. And considering that we're heading into the fall months of the year, the holidays, that might actually change things. But there's a lot of factors that go into that above and beyond just the actual singular number of what the price of silver is worth in today's market. There's the weakening dollar as well. Our dollar isn't able to buy nearly as much as it used to 10, 15, 20 years ago. There's also, aside from that, the overall market and the way things are shaping up. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that go into silver and what's happening here. The rising costs of normal everyday goods. Some people say that inflation is going down. I certainly don't see it. It's still $6 to buy a gallon of milk. It's still $6 to buy a loaf of bread. It's unheard of. But the thing is, people aren't making more money to help mitigate the inflation that we're experiencing in this country. The cool part about this is that we're seeing the trends. We're identifying them. And it's a great tool. I think, as you guys kind of see as I walk through this, you guys will certainly understand how awesome of a tool this is. So it's under research. If you go into my eBay into your back office and then product research, pretty easy to find. Type in the word that you want to research for sales, and you could specify the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You could put in a custom time period, whatever you want in there. Let's see here. 90 days, 6 months, last year, 2 years, 3 years, or a custom date cycle. All right, so you could put in last 10 years if you wanted to and see what that comes up. And then you could drill down the category. That's always important because, silver is also a color. Believe it or not, silver colored pair of jeans. It was one of those things that popped up in the search. I'm like, ooh, I better change the category to bars and rounds. All right. So here's some of the first data points on silver on eBay. Okay, this is the current sales trends from August 3rd to today, September 2nd. So that's the last 30 days. So the average sold price, $146.24. There's really not a whole lot that you can extrapolate from that number. Sold price range, you can see that it starts out at a penny. It goes all the way up to $20,000 plus. Average shipping cost, free shipping, sell-through rates, and total amount of sellers selling silver. And they also have a nice little line graph to help illustrate, the average sold prices by the day. Again, numbers and a graph that really doesn't provide a whole lot of insight for what we're going to do in this video. But when we scroll a little bit further, okay, we have all of the stuff that pops up under the word silver, and it's under the coins, bullion, rounds and bars section of the website. And what I did was I did it by total sold, because I want to see quantity wise which particular pieces are experiencing higher volume. All right, and over here, date last sold, you're going to see September 2nd on there. And then also in the mix, and it's probably a good thing that this is in here, you're going to see these invalid listings, and they'll say this listing has been removed for policy violation. Could be like counterfeits, or maybe they, they were trying to scam people, trying to get their money, even though, they think they had a product for sale. It's kind of like, stuff that we're all pretty used to. And they're pretty easy to identify too. If you're out there hunting around for something specific, you'll know who's legit. Now, the first one up top here is a 1 ounce APMEX bar. 534 sold within the last 30 days on eBay. So pretty decent volume. It's not the largest volume, considering that I have seen people buy like big, large monster boxes and cases and just really obscene, large kind of volume of silver bars. APMEX, especially, one of the most well-known, I would say, generics out there. And total sales items showing $4,768.62. Again, really not, giving us a lot of information on that one. Here's the thing that kind of stumps me, though. $8.93 fixed price. So what I do is I click on the item, and, we see what we have here. And as you can tell, 1 ounce silver bar for $8.93. There's obviously something going on here. Located in China. I think we know what is happening here. This is not good at all. And the top thing on the list just so happens to be just straight hot Cheetos garbage, is what I call it. This one right here, you guys know that this is fake. There's no way in hell that you can buy 1 ounce of silver for $8.93. And boy, coming from China, ooh, man, I really wonder what they make over there in large quantities. Counterfeits, maybe? So, this information, while not perfect, you're going to have to go in here and kind of scrub the list, I guess. So you have this one item here, and then you have this next item where 321 items were sold, which is for a lot of 2 1 ounce silver bars APMEX Square Series, but $29.14. When we go to click in here, again, from China. All right, 2 ounces for $35 total, when it should really, in reality, be more like $84. Yeah, here's another bunk thing. And, if anything, I like eBay, but this is more kind of like highlighting a couple of the serious issues with the platform where those particular items are still available for sale and people are naive enough to buy them. I mean, look at this. For this one here, 534 sold, it's still an active item. Why haven't they been pulled yet? Same with this one here, 321 total sold in the last 30 days. Why hasn't that been pulled yet? There's a lot of question marks here. And this is also the silver market too. There's a lot of counterfeits that are going around. And then if this doesn't shine like a huge, big spotlight on silver sales on eBay, I don't know what does, okay? And I understand for a lot of our viewers listening why this is a huge deal right now, and I don't blame you guys, because, I have a lot of people that say, I don't like buying on eBay because, I just don't know who to trust, or people peddling fake shit on there. And I agree, but at the same time, if you don't know how to identify the bull crap, to the real deal, maybe you're in the wrong thing to begin with. Maybe you should not invest in silver or gold if you don't know how to identify the real deal. All right. So going through all of this, okay, I have to go all the way down to this listing here, which is a 10-ounce silver Atmex 999 fine bar. This is much more like it. Okay, 167 of these 10-ounce bars sold, $69,000 worth of sales in the last 30 days. And you're buying it direct. All right, direct from Atmex. Atmex sells on this platform, and you can either buy from them here on eBay, or you can buy from their website, atmex.com, APMEX. And that's short for American Precious Metals Exchange, in case you guys don't know that. But yeah, Atmex sells on eBay $435.80 with the adjusted premium due to the price of silver today, being that it's over $40 an ounce, is right in line of where a 10-ounce bar should be. Okay, we're talking, it ended up being, $3.50 above spot, essentially is what it is. And, that's kind of okay. Yeah. So this one obviously is the big legit item that's being sold under the silver category. Another one here is a lot of 5 999 fine silver rounds. These look like generics. 159 individual orders sold. September 2nd was the last day. Again, September 2nd on the 10 ouncer as well. And you have your good old generic Buffalo rounds sold by Atmex again, the market's very fluid. They've sold over 2,900 lots of these. So they even have the Aztec calendar in there. They have a Silver Eagle kind of tribute, Morgan Dollar tribute, and a few others. Okay, if you just want generics and you want to pay the least amount of some sort of premium, this is the way to go if you just don't give a care. Because obviously if you're going to go and buy Silver Eagles, you're going to pay a lot more money because of the fact that it's a U.S. Mint-made product, and there's always going to be some sort of premium on there. The premium shrink as the market dictates. More people selling will obviously have that effect on there. So something to keep in mind. I mean, you guys have probably tuned in to guys like Silver Seeker and Silver Dragons and a few of the other popular guys. Yankee Stacking, another great one that talks about silver, the market, and all the external influences. And, they're probably more capable in talking about than I am because I do more numismatically related stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is a legit sale here. This is fine. It's the very little premium above spot for 5 ounces here. Again, silver is over $40 an ounce. So that was another, yet again, nice popular selling item. I'm willing to bet that they probably sell more off of their website than they do eBay. But they're utilizing all of the different avenues here to make the most amount of money at the end of the day. Because with precious metals, the margins are the slimmest. I'm talking like they're probably lucky if they make $1 a round. It's not a whole lot. It means you have to sell hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of these things to see kind of like that bottom line in the black. I would say the next legit one, we're going to skip this one here because, again, 1 ounces don't go for $18.73. However, here's a 10-ounce silver bar, random design, 143 of them sold. And this one right here sold by another reputable bullion company on eBay, Bullion, LLC, for $423. And then you have Asahi Mint, you got, the Scotia Bank, Sunshine Metals, and a few others here. So, you're going to get whatever they send you. All right. Pretty simple there. So next one here, 5 ounces at exactly, or pretty close to half the price is another one here. This is a 5 ounce Atmex, 132 sold. 1 ouncer at $10. Sorry. 120 of the Random Mint brand's 1 ounce silver round, $41.94. Last sold on the 2nd. Again, you are going to be paying market for these. If you see them a lot cheaper, if you see them for half off, they are not the real deal. You're probably going to end up with some plated slug at the end of the day. Aiden Coins is another big seller of bullion on the platform. You're buying one random generic silver round for $46.33. So, and I think they're doing free ship. Yeah, free shipping for a lot of these bigger companies. So obviously, they're still not making a whole ton of money. Here's 5 ounce, lot of 5 bars, 1 ounce silver bar, APMEX, lot of 5. So $212. That one's good. 116 of them. Asahi Mint, lot of 2 for $28. Skip that. That's junk. 10 ounce silver bar, 404.83. Random brand varieties, 113 sold. And this one here, you can see that also for APMEX, and then it's an assortment. There's Sunshine Mint and a few others. These are what they call generics. You have 2,200 people that have this even in their watch list too. So, it's the real deal there. So I'm telling you guys a secret to finding like the legitimate sellers, by the way, in case you haven't figured it out. I know some of you kind of have a hard time grasping how to do that. And I'm showing it to you guys here in living color. We're probably going to end up on the silver section with the Engelhard Prospector at $43.68. 112 of them sold. BGASC, I've seen that seller on here before. They are legit. $49.14. These older Prospector rounds, these are Engelhards, by the way, are super popular. They're out of stock, by the way. They sold all 130 of them. And these things always command a ginormous premium because they're a vintage type of round. Kind of hard to believe that 1980s is vintage, but it is. More vintage than that is like 60s, 70s, things like that. Free pours and all that great stuff. So that's silver. Okay, next one I want to take a look at is PCGS, the grading company. Okay, what kind of coins are selling in larger volumes that are graded by PCGS in the last 30 days? So we're going to scroll down here. We're just going to focus, I'd say, on the top 5 or 6 coins. So one of the hottest items still, as of right now, and this is even though this is an item that was made last year, is the 2024 Silver Eagle with the Star Privy. I believe this is the one with the collaboration with the video game company, if I'm not mistaken. They're still selling these like hotcakes. 124 of them were sold in the last 30 days. One just yesterday. $63.47. In case you guys need a little refresher on what the Star Privy Silver Eagle looks like. This one has a little Star Privy sold by Pinehurst Coin Exchange, by the way. Is going to be that little star next to Adolf Weidman's initials there on the obverse. So it's under In God We Trust. You have Adolf Weidman's initials and then a star. All right, so that's where this one here, these were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The Star Privy is the only thing different about the coin. But these are Mint State 69s too. It's going to be, as far as graded is concerned, it's the most affordable way to buy the Star Privy is in Mint State 69. You don't want to get a Mint State 68. That's even lesser of quality. And, at the end of the day, 69 is going to be kind of like threading that line of affordability and quality for it. You could certainly go for a 70, but understand that those sell for quite a substantial premium above and beyond what Mint State 69 does. All right, so $64.33. Also, regular 2025 Silver Eagles. These are the W Mint State 70 flag labels. 106 of those sold for $64.27. This is what this one looks like here. Also sold by Pinehurst Coin Exchange. We also have the 2024 Star Privy. This is from a different seller, I'm betting, because it's on here a second time. And sure enough, Modern Coin Mart this time. with a credit on these sales. Selling 200 of them on the button since they started selling these. But just in the last 30 days, they have sold 102. PCGS storage cases, also high on the list. Those things always sell. They sell a lot of them. Here's another 2025 Silver Eagle. This time a Mid-State 69 version. So it's a brand new West Point coin. Graded 69 with the flag label. They sold 97 of these in the last 30 days. Also by Pinehurst. We also have, and this is kind of a strange one here, 1976S. It may not be too terribly strange when you hear the explanation as to why a bicentennial proof Kennedy is on the list. We are a few short months away from, guess what? The 250th anniversary. So the previous bicentennial releases in all of its different forms, the proof ones, I'm thinking are selling to a little bit more volume than the business strike coins. $25 a pop for a proof 69. There are proof 70s of these, by the way, but it's going to run you, several, like $200 or $300 in order to own one of those. But I'm not at all surprised that these have kind of like come back from the graveyard to be a top seller right now. It's like perfect timing too. We are 3 months away until 2026. It's going to be a banner year. Again, a super important year for the hobby and the U.S. Mint as we celebrate the 250th anniversary here. So we also have the pre-sale of the Laser Privy and Proof 70 Deep Cameo, $338.30, 63 bids. You know what we haven't seen yet is the Army Privy. And I know they've been selling quite a few of those, but yeah, the Laser Privy, which I believe is still available on the US Mint website for purchase. Yeah, $370 here from Supernova Hype is the company that's selling these. 64 sold as of right now, which pretty much matches what they have here, 63. So the one sale went beyond the 30-day period. Here's something different. 55 sold, and last one was August 21st. So they probably sold out of this one. 2019 S Apollo 11 50th anniversary $50. These are the clad, copper nickel clad, $34.90, and they are indeed completely sold out. All right, so that's why their sale cut short there. Here's another Kennedy, this time a 40% silver. This one also improved 69, $26.95. They had sold 51 of them. Michael Barr coins, another household name for numismatics on eBay. There's the Eagle Privy 2025 Silver Eagle in Mid-State 69 by PCGS. 46 of those sold. If you guys have never seen these, they also have a little Eagle Privy right above In God We Trust. Another popular Privy coin there. Some more Silver Eagles. Here is a 2024 Mexico Libertad PCGS First Strike by AppMex. They sold 45 of them. And there you go. It's actually in a pretty neat holder, for it being PCGS. PCGS First Strike eligible. So you could send off this coin in the little PCGS plastic. And even though this thing's released last year, you could still send it off and get First Strike, because it's in this holder. But again, another iconic design. People love these things, stackers. And we're going to end things off here on a unusual one. 1938D Buffalo Nickel in Mid-State 65. Looks like, this company, Southwest Gold and Silver, came across a buttload of these and ended up selling all through them here in the last 30 days. 43 of them, as a matter of fact. Original green holdered coins. So OGHs, pretty good deal there on that. Next here, NGC. So anything NGC slabbed. So 1996 Silver Eagle, the first one on the list, is the undisputed, I guess, key date of the series of the regular uncirculated Silver Eagles. Has the lowest mintage. Well, there's some just generic, brilliant, uncirculated slabbed NGC coins. 130 of them sold. Last one, August 31st. And 220 sold with 2 available. So, again, Michael Barr coins selling these here. Again, they don't have a numerical grade, but it just says brilliant uncirculated. So, $70 bill right there on those is the top NGC slabbed piece. Here's another laser privy in Perfect 70. Kavanaugh's Coin Shop selling these. 86 sold, 9 available, $388.05. So there's definitely some need and desirability here for the Proof 70s of these. Some people might be a little cold on this one compared to the Armed Services Privy coins this year. But I'm telling you, Perfect 70s of these are showing quite a bit of life here. So this is definitely a coin to be on the lookout for. Let's see, 2018 American Silver Eagle, in Mid-State 70, travismills.org. First day of issue label for $53.95. We have another Silver Eagle with the Eagle Privy on the list. Eagle Privy. We also have a 2-coin set of the 2025 Proof Morgan and Peace in Perfect 70. There you go. So you're getting both coins here. So this is one of the top sellers. They've sold 61 of them through Kavanaugh here with 8 available. So they're going to be selling those out here pretty soon. And Mexico Libertad 2023 white core with a flag label. And then another Silver Eagle Privy. And then you just go on down the line. There's the Army Privy right there. 47 of them sold in Perfect 70 for $373. Rock solid. And then one last one before I let you guys go. How about Morgan dollars? You know, what Morgan dollars are selling for the most here? Or they're selling in higher volumes. You know, that's more of the appropriate way of saying this here. So, again, you have to click on these to find out which ones are legit. 1878S. Morgan Silver Dollar BU key date, selling 383 of them, and then such a low price here, $31.58. Of course, when you look at the seller data, crappy feedback score, very low feedback number, and it doesn't say, but they're in the United States. But I'm willing to bet this is not a legit sale because it's the first year of the Morgan. It's an estimate. You know, these things typically go for between $65 and $100 raw for a BU coin, and it really depends on the quality at that point. But it's such a popular date and mint that $31 is cheap. If you can buy for $31 at your local coin shop, God bless you, because that's going to be a huge ripper right there. Same here. See, 1921S Morgan dollars, 206 of them sold for $36.36. Bar coins. Okay, this is a legit one right here. So you just had a bunch of circulated 21S's for $36.95. Selling over 4,900 of these. 10 available. My goodness. And that's my wife blowing her schnoz all over the place.
I sneezed.
In the background. She says she sneezed, but it's more like a schnoz blowout. Anyways, back to the lecture at hand. 83 Carson City for $23. Sorry. 21S, last year of issue, 147 of these sold. These are just generic, you know, kind of like regular kind of circulated condition. Could be clean, could be not. Michael Barr coins, again, solid nose there. That's a legit one. 78cc for $28. 82cc for $22. Nope, thanks. Sorry. One Brilliant AU uncirculated, 21 Morgan dollar, $38.95. 116 of them sold. Yeah, this one's legit. Of course, it's sold by the master of man there, Mr. Michael Barr. Here's a good one here. 102 of these were sold. It's a full roll of Call to VG Morgan dollars. 20 coins altogether. $610. Puts it at about 30 bucks a piece. Liberty coin. Okay, this is a legit seller here. So people are looking for, I guess, 1921s and generic cull rolls. Circulated rolls, I guess. As you could say. And a bunch of like fake ass shit on here. I'm telling you, eBay really needs to, they need to watch this video and they need to understand how big of a problem this is, because this is not gonna go down if they intend on, being the place of safety to buy coins. The last one before we cut this out is this one here. A brilliant uncirculated generic NGC holder 19020, which is a common date. $72, 113 sold, 6 available. Liberty coin, another household name on eBay for coins and bullion. All right. So there you go. Those are your hot sellers and your counterfeit listings as well. Wow, that wasn't so hard, right? You can find out who to trust and who to not trust, simply by watching me. Now, you guys can always go back in here and look for yourself to see what the hottest sellers are. But please do understand, that this is not a kind of financial geared video. It's not financial advice at all. But simply just showing you what's been hot and what's been not. Those counterfeits, they're killing me, Smalls. They need to fix that, like, right now. Like, ASAP. Price of silver keeps going up. There's going to be more reason for people to try and get one in over the folks that are spending their hard-earned money for such items. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys found some use for this video. If you guys like it, let me know. We'll do another one in 30 days at the end of September. To help show you guys what has been the best sellers in all 4 of these categories. So thank you guys so much. Keep on collecting, and I will see you on the next coin video. So long.